Okay, so question 9. The functions f and g are defined for all real values of x by f of x equals 3x minus 2 whole square plus k, and g of x is equals to 5x minus 1, where k is a constant. Given that the range of the function g of f of x is greater than or equal to 39, find the value of k. Okay, so first, as they have given you the g of f of x, so first let's find out g of f of x. So g of f of x says that first we will be writing the g of x and substituting f of x in it. So 5x minus 1, so 5 of x minus 1. What is x? In place of x we are going to substitute f of x, so it will become 3x minus 2 square plus k. Now expand this, it will become 5 of 3x minus 2 square plus 5k minus 1. Okay, if you could see, this is somehow the form of a vertex form. Okay, so what is your vertex form? The vertex form gives you the information about the vertex. So you have ax minus b square plus c, where if you put x minus b equals to 0, this gives you your x coordinate of vertex, and this y coordinate of your vertex gives you c, give you information that this is c. Okay, so if you have a curve, what kind of a curve will we be having? Because it's positive x value, so the curve would be like this. So if in this case we try and find out your x and y coordinates of vertex, so this will be the x and y, what would be if we take the normal general form. So b and c are going to give you the vertex values. But now here, if we look into our equation, so if we will put this equals to 0, 3x minus 2, it will give you your x coordinate. So x is equals to 2 over 3, and if you put this will be equals to your y, so y equals to 5k minus 1. Okay, so what this is suggesting us, that the value of this vertex is 2 over 3 comma 5k minus 1 would be your y coordinate. Okay, also in the start they have given you that g of f of x, the range is given. The range of g of f x is given to be greater than 39. So range means the y values, the output values. So y is going to be greater than or equal to 39. So that means your y value should be equals to, this is y coordinate, so your y should be greater than or equal to 39, or simply not greater than or equal to, because this y coordinate is equals to 5k minus 1. Okay, so what is y given to be? 39 or greater than 39, so you will put this 5k minus 1 equals to 39. Okay, and from here 5k will give you 40, and from here you can extract this, that k is equals to 8. Okay, getting back to this, how? See, they say the range is greater than, means the y values are greater than 39. So that means your this y value is going to be greater than, so this, yes, it is greater than, so these y values should be greater than it, But what is the vertex form? What is the vertex form tells us that the y coordinate, y is equals to 39. If this y should be 5k minus 1 should be equals to 39 or greater values obviously, but the vertex is y, that is actually the c. So this c is going to be equals to 5k minus 1 and this c is given to be 39. So from here we extract this thing that k is going to be equals to 8. I hope this makes sense to you. Okay, this is just a generalization of it, and this is what your x and y coordinates are. So y is equals to 5k minus 1. So from here we can get that k is equals to 8, and this is what they are asking us to find the value of k. So this is your 9 part A. I hope you get it. Now let's get to the part B. For this value of k, determine the range of the function f of g. Okay, now f of g would be, this is like the opposite of g of f. So f of g. So f of g, first I'm writing here. First write f of x. F of g of x would be, means that first write f of x and then substitute g in that. So f of x is 3x minus 2 square plus k. What is k? 8. And in place of x we will be writing g of x, and that is 5x minus 1. Now from here we need to find a range. So to find out a range, first we need to simplify this. Okay, what do we have? First simplify it inside. So 5 times 3 is 15x minus 3 minus 2 whole square plus 8. 15x minus 5 square plus 8. So from here what will be your range? Again, if you get the idea of the vertex form, this is the x coordinate of your vertex, and this gives you the y coordinate of your vertex form. So what are going to be your y values? Your y values, if your curve is like this, so y values should be greater than or equals to 8. So this is how the range is, that your y values should be, like if this is xy, let's suppose x is going to be 5 over 15, that is 1 over 3. So 1 over 3 comma 8. So your range would be that y should be greater than or equals to 8. Also, it is always better to write the range in terms of the function name. So we will be writing f of g is greater than or equals to 8. This is your range. Okay, this is all about question 9. Okay, so part C says the function h is defined for all real values of x and is such that gh of x is 35x plus 19. Find an expression for g inverse of x. So first we will be finding an expression for g inverse of x, and hence or otherwise find an expression for h of x. Okay, gh of x is given and we have to find g inverse and h of x. Okay, first what is g of x? G of x is 5x minus 1. Okay, so let's first write that. G of x is 5x minus 1. So let's find an inverse. How do we find inverse? We put function equals to y and then make the x subject. First we put g of x equals to y. make the x subject. X is going to be equals to y plus 1 over 5. Now we know that if we take x from here, if we will multiply the g inverse on both sides, as g and g inverse are the opposite operations like multiplication, division, addition, subtraction. So if we will multiply g inverse on both sides, so what will happen? G and g inverse will be cancelled and x will be equals to g inverse of y. Okay, so from here we will be putting x equals to g inverse of y. This is the second last step of your making inverse, and then we'll change the variable, replace y with x. So you will be having x plus 1 over 5. Replace y with x. So this is the first part of your question. Now the second thing that they have given you is gh of x, and we have to find h of x. So gh of x is 35x plus 19. So do the same thing that we have done here, as g and g inverse are opposite operations, so multiplying this whole equation by g inverse g and h of x equals g inverse of 35x plus 19. So g and g inverse will be cancelled out. H of x will be equals to g inverse of 35x plus 19. Okay, this is very similar to if someone gives you to find h of 2. So what you do, you take the expression for h of x and substitute 2 in it. So if you have g inverse of some expression, so you will write g inverse expression, and in place of x you are going to substitute your 35x plus 19. So what we find out to be g inverse of x plus 1 over 5. Okay, so x plus 1 over 5. So x plus 1 over 5, this is your g inverse. Okay, and you will substitute in it whatever value you need to find. So 35x plus 19. Just let me rearrange things a little bit. Okay, and now let's simplify this to get h of x. Equals 35x plus 20 over 5. So 5 7 times 35x plus 5 4 times 20. So this will be your expression for h of x, 7x plus 4. Okay, let's review this question again, because it's a little different from the questions that normally we have. They say the function h is defined for all real values of x and is such that gh of x is given. Find an expression for g inverse, and hence or otherwise find an expression for h of x. Yes, we can do it the other way also. Okay, that like we can manually think of it that h of if you have gh of x equals to this, so what will be h of x? See, we can manually think of it as well, like g h of x is 35x plus 19. We know your g of x to be 5x minus 1. So what could have been added to your x to get 35x? So 5 times 7x obviously, and you have, after subtracting 1 from it, multiplied by 5 and subtracting from 1, you will get 19. So 4 times 20, and 20 minus 1 can give you 19. So manually thinking of it the reverse way, you can get that idea that g h of x could be 7x plus 4. But this is not like a proper procedure of doing it. Yes, you can do it mentally, orally, if your marking scheme allows you for this, or otherwise to get an idea of it you can do it this way. But the proper procedure is this, because they said hence or otherwise, so there are many ways of it. But first finding g inverse of x and then doing it in a proper way is the best way to do it. So g inverse of x, first you will find by how do we find an inverse, then you will do g h of x that is given, and then take the g inverse g on the other side, it will become g inverse. Then you can substitute in g inverse expression your 35x plus 19, and in this way you can get your h of x. I hope you get the both ways correctly. That's all about question 9.